So we have this little school test where we have to install an OS, so that's what we're going to do for this video. Now I've actually contemplated whether or not I should publicize it, and I think I probably should. Just because it's content, and I guess I can upload something while I am busy procrastinating. So here we are. We are going to be downloading an operating system, and it's kind of simple, honestly. For this video, we're just gonna go through the guide to a quote-unquote guide to installing Windows. In this case, we are going to be installing Windows 11. Windows 11 kind of sucks, but we are just going to install it anyway since it is the newest version of Windows, and I'm pretty sure 99% of people don't care. So, as you can see, I'm on the website where you would download, well, Windows 11, wherein you can create an installation assistant so you can install it very easily. But this is made for a computer that you are currently using. Or alternatively, what we'll be needing is over here, creating an installation medium in the case of making it into a bootable USB of sorts, or a DVD. Or you can just download the ISO right over here. And I guess you could do confirm and the product language and so on. So this is how you would get the ISO file for the Windows 11 install. Now, of course, I already have the ISO over here. I got this from a different source, but it should still work fine. Now, of course, I don't want to be overriding my daily driver over here because, well, it's my daily driver. So we're not going to be downloading Windows 11 on top of my system right now. So instead, we will be simulating that through a virtual machine, which will basically provide a virtual environment of a typical computer. So right here, we can download VirtualBox for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and so on. Now, I did download the Windows version, and here it is. Just go to the installer normally, and we should be able to launch it over here. Now we're going to create a virtual machine here. If we press new over here. So, new virtual machine, let's just call it WinDogs 11 because, Win Dogwater 11, am I right? Anyway, I will be selecting a different folder for this since I do not want this taking up space in my crucial drives. And there we go. Now I can select the ISO image over here, where I can select, of course, Windows 11 right over here. So, now that we got the ISO image, and it actually recognizes that it is Windows 11 for any of these things. And if you have an ISO that is all-encompassing like this, where it has all of the editions of an operating system, Windows 11, Windows 10 especially, then you'll actually be able to choose which OS you want to install specifically, since VirtualBox will set up the environment, or basically, set up the environment to install that specific edition. Now, yes, we are gonna pick Windows 11 Pro. I mean, we can't. At least we'd have the decency to pick Pro over here and not Home, like the mountains of consumer laptops. And we are not going to proceed with unintended installation. Oh, actually, yeah. So that was apparently an option if we are doing an unattended installation. Now this is an option just so that, well, we can just install the system the moment you start up the virtual machine. This is useful if you want to set up multiple computers at a time. You'd want each computer to have the same system, same driver, same everything. Then you do this. It'll basically make things faster, and you don't even have to attend to many different computers. But in our case, since we are a lowly consumer, we will be attending to this installation, so we'll uncheck that. Now, let's go ahead and go to this specify virtual hardware over here. Now, it is going to... Alright, okay. So, this base memory over here will specify how much RAM we are giving the virtual machine. Random access memory, RAM. In this case, I think 4 gigabytes is okay. This is 4 gigabytes. And the number of CPUs, this will depend on the number of cores your main PC has. I'll just pick the default option over here, which is 2. a UCFI, that is a boot standard, I guess. Uh, Mandatory that we do that. Now, for the specify virtual hard disk over here. Now, okay, this isn't the right location, so I want to reduce the size of this actually to about 60 gigabytes, just so we don't want to just in case. And of course, for the file type and format of the hard disk over here, we're just gonna choose the default one, or maybe we could even do the VHD virtual hard disk over here. I'll do that because it's a more common format. And we are not going to pre-allocate the full size. I do not want a 60 gigabyte file in my hard drive, or my SSDs rather. Uh, but alternatively, you can also choose an existing virtual hard disk file in case you do have that. Or you can just create a virtual machine without a virtual hard disk, which we will not be doing. So, with that set up out of the way, of course, double check your options and finish to create the virtual machine. Now here we are. So we have now specified the operating system, the memory, the boot order. Yeah, floppy is there. I know, a floppy disk in the big 2026. Uh, and of course the storage we have, of course the hard drive, and in the virtual optical drive over here, our ISO file. So without further ado, we will start this system right over here. Okay, so now it's showing over here that we are powering the virtual machine up, and now we have here Windows 11, guys. Okay, I think it's starting. There it is. Press any key to boot from CD or DVD. Oh, I guess I should press any key. So it is reading from the ISO file now. So there it is. There is the spinny wheel. It is completely frozen. I do not know why. But yeah, it is now frozen. I guess VirtualBox has their logo up on the boot screen now. That's pretty cool. Pretty interesting that they do this, but I guess that's fine. It doesn't really matter. But typically, you would see the Windows logo up there. Okay, so now here we can select the language settings. We will be installing it in English, of course, and the time and currency format will be in English. No reason for otherwise. The keyboard input method, US, of course. And yeah, install the latest version of Windows 11 to repair my PC. I agree, everything will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings. Yes, do ensure, by the way, that you are installing this on a clean drive, or maybe a drive you reformatted, because after or before you even think about installing Windows, please back up your important files and stuff. Most important step over there. Now, yes, we will install Windows 11 over here. Don't need to repair my PC. Now, here's the product key. Now, I do not have a product key at the moment, so I'll just click on this. And now, we are right here. We're getting a few things ready. Now, we can select the image that I want to install, which will be Windows 11 Pro, as I've said. Okay, here's some license terms, in case you guys want to read through it, but I ain't reading all that. Searching for this, there we go. So, yeah, select location to install Windows 11. This is an unallocated space, actually, so I will have to format it. Though, if you just select this as is, Windows will automatically format it, so no worries there. And now you won't be able to use your PC during installation. Joke's on you, I'm on a virtual machine. And keep nothing, yeah, I mean, there's literally nothing in there. So here we go. It's actually installing Windows 11. Is this what this looks like? I do not remember the Windows 11 installation looking like this. Anybody in the comments do tell me whether or not the Windows 11 installation looks like this. Alright, we got our first restart. Check that out. Alright, here we are for the first restart. It'll still continue installation. Oh, look at that, wait. I think we just got the new cursor over there. Alright, but it's loading in over here. The performance isn't so bad, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of worse than I thought. Okay, but here we go. It's actually installing now, quote unquote. I suppose, yeah. Please keep your computer on. Your computer may restart a few times. Yeah, where have we heard that before? Now, of course, it'd be a really bad idea to turn off your computer at this point because it is installing key files. Now, if you were upgrading, turning off the computer at any point, like at this point, will attempt a reversion to the past version of Windows you were using. But in this case, since we are installing on a fresh disk over here, uh, yeah, we should probably just let this install go. Got our third restart over here. I think this will probably be the last one. Alright, the installation is progressing fast. And yeah, remember, the installer wasn't kidding about the computer restarting a few times. Okay, here we are. So we are about to get into something Windows has called the out-of-box experience. And yeah, just a moment. Yeah, we'll wait just a moment for this. Alright, there it is. And here, yeah, this intro is kind of laggy on this virtual machine. Okay, so is this the right country or region? The United States. Yeah, we are indeed in the United States. Alright, is this the right keyboard layout or input method? Yes, we are not going to add a second keyboard layout because we are just using one keyboard. Checking for updates. Even here, in the out-of-box experience, you cannot escape the dreaded Windows update. Oh, your PC will restart before you continue. Oh, jeez. I guess we just gotta see what happens. So, your device will restart after you name it. Okay, I will indeed name my device. Of course. We will name the device, and look at that, it's going to restart again. Wow. Give it a moment. Alright, here we go. Okay, so how would you like to set up this device? Okay, so check this out. Alright. Set up for personal use. Use a personal Microsoft account to get set up and have full control over this device. Yeah, I think this does force you to use your own Microsoft account. I know there's probably some way to uh, use a local user account instead. Checking for Windows updates. Are we doing this again? Are we actually doing this again? Okay. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like it's... Okay, well, okay, we can just say update later. I do not care. Update later. Yeah, Windows Update is, I would say, kind of important if you're just a casual user, but for me, my patience is wearing kind of thin with this installation over here. So let's go ahead and, yeah, just skip all the updates for now. Okay, here we are. So, unlock your Microsoft experience. Wow. It's telling us to sign in to our Microsoft account. Alright, I guess my Microsoft account. Okay, finally got that one set up. Alright. Now we're going to go on to another part of setup. I think this might be related to passwords or something, but we'll see. Okay, we'll set up a pin. A Windows Hello pin. Alright, we'll just put a simple pin over here. I'll do a 4-digit pin. And just like that. It's not like anybody's gonna use this virtual machine other than me anyway. And privacy settings, now if you're just a casual user, just like keep all of these on if you want to. But I will be turning some of these off because, well, yeah. So now I'll accept, and this should be the final part of the out-of-box experience. It should just be setting up the desktop environment soon enough. Okay, so this should be the last phase of the setup. At this point, yep, getting things ready for you. This is so much nicer looking than the Windows 10 one already. Though I will admit this is so slow. It's so sluggish. It doesn't make up for what makes Windows 11 terrible. I'm sorry. Alright, so let's customize your experience over here. Select all the ways you plan to use your device to get personalized tips, ads. Oh, ads. Let me go ahead and skip that. um, skip that part. Let Microsoft decide. Use your phone from your PC. I do not think we will mind that for now. Remember that these are things that you can optionally do in case you want to do these things, if for some reason. But I will not be doing any of that. Oh, back up your phone's photos. Yeah, no need. Always have access to recent browsing data. How about no? I'm all good. I'm gonna use a different browser anyway. Screw Edge. Oh, look at that. We have a. You're in luck. You've landed a free trial of Microsoft 365. Crazy that. Anyway, we are going to decline this offer. Get more cloud storage with Microsoft 365 Basic. Look at all the things that they're plugging into the Windows setup, man. What the heck? Of course, feel free to get those things if you are setting this up, if you want them for some reason. There are free alternatives, I'm just saying. But to be fair, the backup solution is a pretty neat proposition. Okay, and just like that, we are already in the desktop environment. No, Shabazz, apparently. So yeah, here we are. Okay, yeah, we got the famous menu over here. This username is my real name. I will be censoring that. So, okay, so it's gonna do some things. I don't know, that's probably set up. I don't know why that's there, but yeah, we are in a booted system. This resolution sucks. Can I just say? Can I just say this resolution kind of sucks? But there's just nothing I can really do about that necessarily. Here, let's go ahead and bring up Task Manager so we can see more information about the system. And also we can open up File Explorer as well, just sort of explore over here. I haven't really seen Windows 11 in a while, so yeah, but honestly, I kind of hate it. uh, yeah. So here we are. It's taken a long while to load. I guess this is the nerf of using a virtual machine like this. But as you can see, everything's okay. We'll check this PC over here just to see. Yeah, we are using slightly less than half of 60 gigabytes. As you can see, 20 gigabytes for the install of Windows 11 over here. And it looks like our 4 gigs of RAM is being used up quite heavily over here, with just the desktop consuming 84% of the virtual machine's RAM. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, 4 gigabytes is not much to work with over here. And yeah, this is my CPU, which is, well, it's only using 2 cores, so 2 of the cores, so I guess this wouldn't be so bad. And yeah, just realizing now that we barely have anything on the system like on right now, and the RAM is completely full. So yeah, in hindsight, maybe 4 gigabytes was way too low for the system. But anyways, yeah, that is all there is to the Windows 11 install. But if you thought that was the end of this video, think again. Our professors may have said that we should only be using VirtualBox, but hey, I do have this installation media over here. And let me see if I can get it on screen. There we go. I do have installation media over here, and put simply, I have here a drive on my system, a partition where I can install Windows 11 in. So I can just reformat that, and we are going to be installing Windows 11 on the real thing. I'll have VoiceOver Me take over from here. Now, the process is mostly the same. We will need a physical drive to install the OS in, but thankfully I do have a partition within this disk that will allow us to install Windows 11 on it. So, we'll use that. So the first thing I do, of course, is to format it. This was pretty simple. you just use this utility built into Windows Explorer to do a quick format. Of course, do ensure that when you format a drive that nothing important's in it because everything will be deleted. Now I have to configure the BIOS of the laptop to ensure that it boots from the USB so that we can boot into the ISO and install Windows 11 from there. Not sponsored, but I'm using this multi-ISO solution called Ventoy, which will allow me to put ISO files in a USB and allow them to be all bootable within only a single flash drive. Within this is my Windows 11 ISO that I use for the virtual machine, so we'll just boot using that. Now we get to this familiar looking screen. Now, for this setup, I actually used the old version of setup, which I didn't know was a button on like the bottom left corner. I really should have done that the first time, honestly. Now this part will be mostly the same. We just pick the language, the keyboard layout, of course read through the license, and of course choose the drive. In this case, I already have pre-prepared the drive to install Windows 11 on, but if you haven't formatted the drive, you can format it here. Now we select the drive, and now we proceed with the installation. Now I have to say that this went by way faster than the virtual machine. Well, to be fair, we are doing it on the real thing, so 100% of the hardware is being used for this. But still, I can't help but praise the speed of this. Anyway, we'll be skipping forward to the first restart. Okay, it's our first restart of the setup. Alright, so we're already at this part of the setup. So as you saw, there was that multi-boot menu because I'm using Windows 10 as my main. Windows 11 made itself the default again, which I'm gonna have to fix that later once we get through the setup. Though I'll say now, 100% that this is way faster than doing it in the virtual machine. Though, yeah, probably no one has the grit to be able to do this in their main system, so that's what we're doing right now. Okay, looks like it's restarting again. Okay, here we go. We are going into the out-of-box experience. Sure, you guys remember this from the virtual machine. There, the video is actually a lot smoother. I just realized you guys might not hear anything because my laptop's muted. Or, like, I have the headphones on. So, yeah, you won't be hearing anything. So, is this the right country or region? Yes, we are in the United States. Is this the right keyboard layout or input method? Yes. Alright, this is. We are not gonna add a second keyboard layout as usual. No, we do not. Actually, yeah, skip. My bad. I thought that was the skip button. Alright. Let's connect you a network, to a network. Alright. It says, yeah, Ethernet and so on. I guess this shows up when it detects we do not have any internet connection. In the virtual machine, we used like a virtual driver that will allow us to connect to the internet. But I guess for now, we will not set up the network. We'll set it up once we get to the desktop. So, yeah. I'll just say we don't have any internet. And oh, it looks like if we don't have any internet, it's gonna prompt us to make a local user account. Check that out. So, we'll use the same design to your device, of course. I will be putting my name in here. And of course, create a super memorable password. Well, I don't think, you guys will be able to figure this out. Now add security questions. Do people actually do this? I mean, I guess it's not. Oh, why is this necessary? Alright, what else? First name of your oldest cousin. Alright, we're already here. Choose privacy settings for your device. Look at that. It doesn't go through any shebang if we don't have an internet connection. That's good. I'll be disabling all the options that we disabled back at the virtual machine. And look at that. We're already at the end of the out-of-box experience. Right over here. And remember guys, during this point, do not turn off your PC, alright? Almost there. Almost there, guys. And I can't believe it, too. This recording has only been 16 minutes long. It's definitely taken not as much time as... It didn't take as long as the virtual machine, which took us over an hour. But yeah, here we are. We are in the booted system. And here, just to verify, in Task Manager. Yeah, okay. This is the lightest weight I've ever seen Windows 11, by the way. But here we go. We got the CPU, my 2 disks, and the RAM. I do not have any internet. Yeah. So what I'll do for that is I'm going to go to File Explorer over here, and I'm going to, I guess, go to this PC. As you can see, it's taken up a lot of space over here. I'm going to, I suppose, go to, oh right, my drivers are in the USB drive, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. Okay, so there we go. It should be all in here. There we go. So for now, I guess I'll be installing these. Also, as you can see, my second screen is not working since we do not have a graphics driver on here. So I guess we'll be I'll be taking these and putting it in, let's say, the downloads folder. This is one thing you do have to do when you're installing an OS in the in a real computer, and that is to set up the drivers. So, okay, let's do this here. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. We're just gonna, let's see, full install. Yeah, let's just install that, and now I'll give you a view of the second screen as well, just so you can see it working once the display drivers are up. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the second screen. Awesome. And there we go. Looks like it installed successfully. We didn't need to restart. So now what we're gonna do is go back here and install the wireless connection over here. Okay, so I guess for this we will... Okay, first of all, can I set this taskbar to not be complete degenerate and be in the middle? Please. Alright, thank you. And then what we're gonna do is go to settings. Oh, I suppose I should get device manager. It seems like it doesn't install any of the bloat if you don't have a network installing Windows 11, so there's your tip. Turn off your network connection in case you do not want to be hit by 20 layers of bloat. Anyway, let's go ahead. Yeah, the network adapters. We do not have a driver for any of these, so... Alright. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, actually... I think... Yeah, I think I do have to extract these. Okay, let's extract. And then... Let's go ahead and run the script over here. It wasn't a zip file, so... it probably didn't install properly, hence why. But here we are, it's installing the driver. Okay. So now, we should have access to Wi-Fi. There we go. We're now hopefully connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's get that on focus over there, yeah. Actually, this second screen will show that better. There we go, we're connected. Now, the time isn't right. I guess I'll have to configure that. That's that. And, I suppose since we do have the internet connection now, I suppose we can go to Microsoft Edge. I'm going to start without my data over here. Bring over your data from other browsers regularly, Cap. I will. Your Google data services now in Edge. Oh, they do this? That's kind of crazy, but okay. I'll continue without Google data though. And yeah, there we go. Customize Microsoft Edge to match your style. I'm gonna switch on dark mode. Holy. Finally a relief for the eyes. I'm sorry for the people who got flashbanged. And I suppose I should switch Windows as a whole to be dark mode. Holy. Okay, let's see. Colors. Choose your mode. Yes, dark mode, please. There we go. Holy, that is so much better for the eyes. Holy. That looks good. Oh, by the way, this desktop background? Huh, doesn't look that bad either. Alright, so there we go. Just like that, we are in the Windows 11 install technically, but I do have a problem, and that is the fact that Windows 11 has made itself the the default operating system to boot into, and I do not want that. So let's go ahead and go into BCD Edit. So as you can see, Windows 10 over here is actually the partition I want to make the default, because you know, Windows 11 made it the current, as you can see right over here. Yeah, it's the current one, and by default, the current one is the one that's being prioritized to boot. I'll just say, okay. So first thing so that is actually really simple to do. All I have to do is do BCD edit. Sorry, I'll record here. I don't know what I was thinking there. It's not make default, guys, it is slash default. So let us correct ourselves over here. BCD edit, default. There we go. So now it should have my Windows 10 system be the default on reboot instead of Windows 11. So let's go ahead and test that. Let's do a restart over here. It's a kind of cathartic seeing restarting on both monitors. I forgot to configure this one. I forgot to configure the second monitor to extend. But yeah, here we go. And there we go. We got the Windows 10 spindle, which means it is booting to my main driver Windows 10 install. As the default over here, as you can see. So now Windows 10 is the one listed first instead of Windows 11 like you saw earlier. So now, by default, this will boot into my main system because I don't think I'm ever gonna be booting into Windows 11 ever. But yeah, so just like that, I have now. Oh god, I think, did it mess up my time again? I think it messed it up. Hold on. I think it messed up the time. Because, I'll have you know that the Windows 11 install does not default its time system to UTC. So, I think it actually did mess up my date and time here. Yeah, it says 8:23 now. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and restart and quickly fix that. But yeah, other than that hiccup, that should be just the Windows 11 install. That's all there is to it. It's not that hard. It didn't take us as long as the virtual machine, so that's a huge plus, right? Okay, yeah, it did actually. Oh man. Okay, but yeah, that's really it for the Windows 11 install on the real metal. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this small little video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.